The Nine Virtues of Golf is my debut book. I'm really excited to bring this product out to the market. It's something that has been a few years in the works now. When I first started writing about golf, I decided to go down a pathway that hopefully would differentiate me from others who write about the game. There are many people who I admire in their work and how they communicate stories about golf. But for me, I wanted to write Jay Revell stories. I wanted to write essays and musings and other things that are reflective of how I feel about the game, how my day-to-day experiences in golf shape who I am as a person. Because I think that everyone who plays golf shares some similar experiences. I think that people have a unique connection to this game that's pretty deep. And the more you go into it, the more you allow yourself to be consumed by golf, the more you really learn about yourself and who you are. And that's really what the Nine Virtues of Golf is all about. It's this collection of stories, a sort of a greatest hits album, if you will, from my first few years writing about the game. And I think it really, again, speaks to what you can find if you're willing to sort of take the throttle off and go as far into the game as you can. For me, it has just been this incredible experience. The more that I have written about golf, the more I've learned about why I love it so much. I've found all these little things, these details, these particulars about the game, and really in my life in it, that just, I think, resonate with people. I have found fans and people who like to read my work from all over the globe, and I thought to myself, maybe this is a good opportunity to put all this together into a book and do it in a way that can be read in a short, breezy fashion. I like to say the book is designed to be read 10 minutes at a time. And so the Nine Virtues of Golf is coming out now. I'm just thrilled to publish it. It's something that I've learned a lot about the publishing industry and how that works, but it's something that means a lot to me. My golf story is really the story of my life. I grew up on a 9-hole small rural town, small town golf course called Havana Golf and Country Club. It's featured prominently in the book, The Nine Virtues of Golf. I grew up there. My grandfather was the head golf professional. I spent my days, my misspent youth on the golf course, both working there with him. My first job I ever had was picking up and bagging range balls for $5 a bucket. It really put its hooks in me pretty early. He taught me the game. My family had a great presence in the game there in our small town. My uncle was on the PGA Tour for a few years, spent a lot of time traveling and going to watch him. Many evenings with my dad and my brother and our neighbors out having chipping contests in the backyard, walking 9 holes with my dog as a kid. And it really just was an incredible way to grow up. And I played very competitively through high school, kind of got burned out, went off to college, and really did not play the game very much while at Florida State University. And then a few years later, it came back with a vengeance. I started playing more and more, started competing again in some local tournaments, and I found that I wanted more. I wanted more than just kind of going out and driving around the cart with a 6-pack of beer with friends, which is great. We all love that, but I just kept finding that I wanted to explore the game more. And the more that I began to travel, the more that I began to read about the game and its history and its charms, I just went into a whole nother level of love and appreciation for golf. And soon after finding kind of those depths of the game, I started writing about it. I've always written professionally. I've written through graduate school my whole life. I've just done a ton of writing, but never really about golf. And one day I woke up and felt compelled to kind of write about some of my experiences in the game. And what has resulted from that is a website, jrevell.com, where I share my musings on a daily basis, and a variety of stories that have been published in various publications, both online and in print. in the game of golf and a budding writing career. And as that continues to launch and elevate, I looked back over the first few years of writing about golf, and I found a collection of stories that I think really are representative of how I see the game, of what it really means to me, and why I love it so much. And that is what has now been turned into a book that I'm very proud of, The 9 Virtues of Golf. It's my debut book. It's my first kid, my first baby, if you will, in that sense. And I'm just really excited for people to get a crack at it and take a read and hopefully find something about themselves, see themselves in those pages, and see how they feel about golf in those words. I really think people who are just eaten up with golf are really going to love it. I'm very fortunate to have a wonderful foreword for the book from my friend Tom Coyne. Tom is a tremendous golf writer, a tremendous person. He's a New York Times bestseller, author of A Course Called Scotland, A Course Called Ireland, forthcoming A Course Called America. Tom is a role model as a writer, someone who I look up to and really think highly of. I had the chance to play some golf with Tom about a year ago, and I actually had him sign a copy of A Course Called Scotland for me. And when I got home that evening, I opened it back up and looked at it, and I saw the message that he wrote, and he said, one day I hope you'll sign a copy of your book for me. And that really just inspired me and motivated me to go out and get this project off the ground. I've written about the game for a few years. I think I've got some good stuff that I've put down on paper and out online, and this book was an opportunity for me to be able to share that collection, both with people who are my fans, my friends, my family, neighbors, and just really anyone who loves the game. You might call the 9 Virtues of Golf a bit of a personal manifesto. Golf's going through a really interesting time right now. There's a lot of changes in the game. Technology is still accelerating. There are changes in the way and the things that people are really looking to go out and experience. I just think there is this groundswell of support for the traditions of golf, a groundswell for those who want to go out and experience the best that the game has to offer. And a lot of times that's not the big flashy experiences, it's the unique experiences. It's the things that you can't find in any other entertainment venue. It's only possible through golf. That's the stuff that makes people come around and stick with the game for a lifetime. And for me, I think this book really displays a lot of what it's like to go from maybe looking at golf in a very casual way all the way to becoming completely consumed by it, and really just finding all those little things that matter the most. It's a reflection of my journey of going deep into the game and coming out and going, boy, I love it more than I ever could have imagined. I think for anyone who's ever had a personal journey into golf like that, they're going to find that this book probably resonates with them. I think my favorite piece in the book is the leadoff piece, and the piece for which the book is titled The 9 Virtues of Golf. That piece was inspired really by my grandmother. Her name is Louise Bates, and she, when I was a child, would read me bedtime stories about virtues, and I remember them very well. And she really played a very vital part in my golfing life. I probably owe her hundreds of stories, but she would drive me to golf tournaments. She would watch me religiously when I was a competitive junior golfer. Her and my grandfather took me all over the country to watch my uncle when he was playing on tour. And she's just always been a very important rock in my life. And I think about the way that she always talked about golf as something that was a game of virtues, a gentleman's game, something that was an expression of our better angels. And we don't always live up to that. Lord knows I don't. But in that piece, The 9 Virtues of Golf, it's a very aspirational guide for how it's really maybe a roadmap to the golfer I wish I was and the golfer I'd like to be. I think it certainly sort of speaks to maybe the way Bobby Jones looked at the game of golf, and that's my favorite piece. Again, it's why I titled the book the way I did. And every time I've gone back and reread it, I can't help but think of my grandmother and how much she meant to me and how she has shaped my views on the game of golf. So that's probably my favorite. The 9 Virtues of Golf is, I like to say, the book is routed in a unique way. I wanted it to feel almost like a round of golf. It's 18 chapters, 18 stories, 18 pieces in the collection. Some of them are long thought pieces. Some of them are very short musings. There are some poems in there that kind of break up a lot of the prose that comes through in each different chapter and story. It's just it's a very unique collection. No two pieces in there are the same. I like to say the book is meant to be read 10 minutes at a time. But as you pick up those pages and as you flip through, I think you'll notice that I want it to have a rhythm and a cadence to it, the way that we put the stories together, so that it does kind of feel or mirror the way that a round of golf does. In a round of golf, you have ups, you have downs, you have highs, you have lows, you have long holes, you have short holes, you have walks that take you uphill, walks that take you downhill. And I just wanted that cadence to come through in the way that we put the book together. And I think that it has. I think that as you are flipping through those stories, you'll find two things. You'll find that after you read the book, hopefully you'll want to come back and pick some up and go and play sort of your favorite hole again a time or two. But you'll also find that it's very easy to just get through it and just read it and, again, enjoy some musings on the game that both are reflective of my personal experiences and a lot of my own beliefs about both where our game is today and where I think it should go. So there's a little bit of everything in there. If you're a diehard golfer, I'm convinced you're going to find something in here that you really like. The 9 Virtues of Golf is a book that's really for anyone who has a real passion for the game. I came into golf as someone who grew up in the game, who always had what I would call a casual love as both a teenager and a young adult. And what I have found is that the more that I kept exploring the game, the more it revealed about who I was and who I want to be in this world. And I really found that golf just has such endless amounts of depth. And if you're willing to go deep into it and you're willing to explore those depths, you're going to find out a lot of interesting things. You're going to meet amazing people. You're going to go to incredible places. And that's what this book is about. It's a golf junkie's diatribe. It's something that is, again, a reflection of who I am, a reflection of what I believe the game to be. And for those who are just eaten up with it, who's have this unquenchable thirst for the game, I think you're going to really like this book. I think you're going to find that it probably speaks to some of those little voices that you hear in your head whispering for you to come out and play golf every day. And even though most of us aren't able to play every day, I'm not able to play every day as a father, as a full-time professional, but it doesn't mean I don't think about golf every day. And at the end, what this book really is something for people who think about golf every single day. So here's the easiest way that you can help me as a self-published author. First of all, I would be honored if you would take the time, go on Amazon, seek me out at Jay Revell, my author page, or just search the 9 Virtues of Golf. It would mean the world to me for you to purchase this book. Again, this is something that I'm putting out in the world. It's a reflection of my soul in the game, and it just would mean the world to me. I just put such value in the idea that someone would purchase my writings for their own collection or for their own amusement. And it would just mean the world to me for you to do that. And if you buy the book and you enjoy it, I hope you'll leave a review on my on the book page on Amazon. I hope you'll share it with your friends, whether that's through social media, through a gift, or just through word of mouth. I have learned a ton in this effort to self-publish this book about the whole publishing industry. It's been a very fascinating experience. And through everything I've ever written and through everything I've ever done professionally, I do know there's one thing that never fails, and that's word of mouth. And if people like something and they're willing to tell others about it, it will spread. And I think this book has the potential to do that because, again, I think it speaks not only to my soul, but I think it speaks to the soul of the game. And those who really have a passion for golf, I think we'll find that in there. And hopefully it's something you feel compelled to purchase and also share with others. So that's how you can help. It would mean the world to me. I appreciate you.